Hey folks, so it was pointed out to me that I haven't made a new YouTube video in quite some time, and it's not that I haven't wanted to. It's been busy, but these are tough times. It's tough to find people to take them with, and I don't have to get into it. These are tough times for everybody. But I thought about something that I might want to talk about, and hopefully maybe you'll find somewhat interesting. I was talking to a police officer, and I'm not going to say his name or anything, but I've talked about him in the past. So this police officer is he came to Canada as an adult from a very war-torn country, and he's been exposed to that his entire life. And, you know, just kind of listening to the stories, hearing his stories about, you know, him and his family and his brothers and what they had to go through. And for example, having to burn as a young adult, having to burn all his journals because you couldn't let the other side find your journals and what was written in them, and journals that you've kept ever since you were a kid. Just things like that, having to burn them and hide them and destroy them, and coming here with no personal effects, personal items. I work in Scarborough, Toronto, and Scarborough is very, very multicultural, very diverse, and there's a lot of residents in Scarborough who come from those same conditions. And it kind of got me thinking when I was on a drive last week. I go for drives every now and then, or walks, and I go to places that mean something to me. You know, places that I have very fond memories of as a kid. You know, as a kid, I spent time in Prince Edward Island, for example, and I can go to a lighthouse and a lookout that I looked out as a kid, or you know, see where my grandfather's buried or where he used to fish. I can go to these places and it brings me a great sense of comfort. I can go to Vancouver. I go to the school, Queen Elizabeth Senior Secondary in Surrey there. I can go to the school and hang out by the sign and just, you know, it brings me back to when I was a teenager. I can go to Mount Seymour, stop at lookouts where, you know, I have photos with my mother, photos with my grandma. I can hold my grandpa's pipe. I have photos in my house that were in my grandparents' house. And that stuff is very comforting to me. It brings me comfort. And these drives, you know, going to parks or places, it could even be a tree. It could be a tree that I climbed as a kid, whatever that was, that just fell on me. For some reason, it's nostalgic and it brings you comfort. But where I'm going with this is, what if that was all taken away from me? What if I didn't have that? What if I had to leave Canada and all those memories behind, include, oh Christ. Did you guys see that was a stick? Hold on. That was a stick bug, and now here's the stick bug. I thought it was like a leaf that fell. Here I am trying to make a video. Okay. So now I feel bad putting it on the grass because I want it to live somewhere. Go. Sorry, folks. I'm going to keep this rolling because that's how I roll. What if I was taken away from all that? What if I had to leave this country and leave all my personal belongings and go to a place that I was not familiar with and I didn't have family or friends, and try to start over? What if all this was taken from me? How would I fare out? How would I do under those circumstances? I like to think I'm a very strong person and I would adapt, and of course I think I would adapt, but I suspect I'd be very unsettled for years and years and years. And I'd be constantly looking for maybe people, I would hang out with people or groups that were in similar circumstances from the same country that I could relate with. I don't know. I don't know how I would be. I don't know how I'd react. You know, you're taken away from family or your parents, and quite often you're in the country trying to build a life while your parents or your kids or your spouse, your brother, they're waiting for you, or you're waiting for them. I don't know how I would react, and it's very, very unsettling for you to even think about, because they wouldn't have these little places that they could go to that bring them comfort. That I could go and hang out at a park in Prince Edward Island, or places where I was a kid. I can go and I can hang out there and read a book and feel comforted, especially after a hard day. I don't know how I would be. I don't know how I would fare out. How would you fare out? I'm sorry for my outburst there. Now I have to find that thing. I put it on the tree. Take care, folks. I hope you can enjoy the weather while we still have it. I hope you found this interesting. We'll chat soon. Perhaps we'll see you again.